From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Of course, we're at Tommy Mac's. We're at my bar, and it's brought to our friends at the Heritage Capital Group. Old friends are here, man. We're going to talk ball. We're going to talk real estate. Coach is here. Bill Prescott's here. And one of my favorite guys, former NFL players that still lives in this great market. Let's welcome them in. Brian Mormon is here. Hey, Brian. How you doing, brother? From South Beach International Realty and your own thing as well.
Yes.
13-year NFL punter.
Yeah.
What a career, man. Come on, 13 years.
Yeah.
Bro, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good to be able to pretty much stay in the same place the whole time. You know,
yeah,
up
right.
in Buffalo. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, but
we won't talk about the last week's game.
Yeah, I figured you'd bring that up.
No, I won't bring it up.
Painful. Hey, you know what though? Excited for the Jags though. I mean, obviously living here now. You know, my son's growing up. Kind of a Jags fan, but still obviously bleeds blue and red.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's raised a Bills fan, obviously, but still loves the Jags, so he was excited.
So where'd you go to college?
I went to Pittsburgh State University in Kansas.
Pittsburgh State.
Division II.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've heard of it.
Yeah, Southeast Kansas, straight south of Kansas
City. And then
City.
were you drafted by Buffalo?
No,
free agent?
Yeah, no, I was actually an undrafted free agent to Seattle.
Okay.
Went and played in NFL Europe. Went back to Seattle. Went back to Europe. Then landed in Buffalo.
What teams in Europe?
Berlin, both years.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Berlin went to Cologne, so they it was awesome. It was a great experience.
It's amazing how God puts opportunities in your life, because if I didn't sign for the Jags, I may have gone to Barcelona where my old BC coaches were.
Yes.
And if I went to Barcelona, supposedly they were staying at a hotel across from the street from a nude beach. I don't know if I'd ever make it back.
I made a big mistake there.
No, I'm very happy, Coach. I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been different. Yeah, that's cool, man. So it took you a minute and then 13 years.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, and I knew that coming out of college. Come from a small school, kickers, punters tend to take a few years. So I was willing to put in the time, and it really worked out. When did I start punting?
Kicking a punt, like grammar school, high school. You're like, hey, I'm going to be the punter, I'm going to be the kicker.
I'll tell you what, things have changed a lot in kickers and punters now. You know, they start really young, but I went to college on a track scholarship. I mean, that was my main thing. And you know, I played quarterback, free safety, and
Let me guess, you ran the 800.
No, I was a 400 hurdler.
400 hurdler.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that was the race, but and high hurdler.
I'm thinking about
that. So that was it. Yeah, I did that, and you know, went to college on that. But then, you know, like I said, I played quarterback, free safety in high school. Played 8-man football.
Okay.
Actually.
Oh yeah.
And small town in Kansas,
right.
and it just worked out. I started punting, and they didn't have a punter at Pitt State, so I was like, I'll do it. I'll do that and kick off.
You're just a good athlete. That's all that means, Coach. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It worked out.
Campo, welcome.
How are you,
it
Tom?
worked out. How you doing, man?
Good. Let me tell you something about this guy right here. You know, punters are some of the best athletes of anybody in the National Football League because of the flexibility and everything that's involved with it.
Yep.
You know,
field tackles.
every punter I've been involved with in my career, you know, could have played another position. Maybe not at that level. But, I mean, they were outstanding athletes. There's no doubt. But.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, the importance of having a great punter. We have a great one.
Absolutely.
I mean,
one of the best in the league.
A ton. Are you kidding me? When you're backed up and you got to flip the switch, and boom, you got a punter that can sail it. That's huge. That's a huge weapon.
Now, didn't you did finish with the Cowboys? You did.
I went to the Cowboys for a year,
2012.
And then, and then I came back to Buffalo and finished up in 2013, and then retired in 2014.
I had just left. I
just missed you.
2011.
Yeah, just missed you. Yeah.
Bill Prescott from Heritage. Hi, Bill. Do you miss this kind of talk? Former CFO of the Jags. I mean, you miss this little bantering?
Yeah.
You don't miss when the punter comes in. It's like, hey, I need more money.
They usually shut the door then.
They shut it right away on that.
No, you don't. Turn around. No, just kidding. That's great, though. But you got it. Great memories, right, from back when you were helping build the Jags and doing all that stuff.
No, it was a lot of fun. Watch the changes in the league that happened and everything else. So,
what kind of advice would you give? Like, Brian's done really well in his career, post-career. Like, any simple advice? And obviously, you got to watch your money, be careful of your money, but guys trying to figure it out after, you know, the career's over. What would you say?
What's the biggest thing is I think a lot of guys, you know, 15 years is a long time. A lot of guys are a lot shorter than that. And they never think about what am I going to do after football. And it was, you know, seeing the players that planned. They said, okay, you know, I want to go into broadcasting. I want to go into wealth management. And then taking the time to educate themselves beforehand, and then they knew, okay, when I retire, this is the direction I'm going to go in.
And the NFL does a good job with internship programs at all times. I mean, you really, if you take advantage, you should be okay coming out.
Well, you know, I came in the league in 1989,
Wow.
and back then, it wasn't the way it is today.
Right.
I mean, you know, they didn't have great representation, everybody, and you know, just the whole programs they have now for, you know, how you should act and how you should plan and all those things are there today for sure.
Absolutely. Now, Brian, building your real estate business, do you think of an exit? Like, do you think, what am I going to do? Are you going to do it forever? I mean, I could do it forever, but
I mean, this is definitely a career I could do for a long time.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know how long. You know, but I love it. I mean, it's not something I actually thought was going to happen when I was playing. It kind of just worked out. My brother-in-law is a real estate
Kinda like
attorney.
this,
One of those deals. You know?
Bartender.
Now, if I could have this gig, this would be awesome. No,
it's a pretty good thing.
yeah, it's pretty cool. But no, it worked out. You know, I got down here, and ironically. It was football that propelled me in real estate too, because a lot of the Bills coaches came down when Doug Marrone got hired.
Right.
I'd gotten my license. I talked to Nathaniel Hackett actually. When he came in, I said, "Hey, I'm in the business now," and I got to give him credit. We went out, we got a house, and then it just propelled me into full-time real estate. And then I ended up buying the brokerage. We were at one time First Coast Sotheby's, and then when I bought in, we built that up to almost $1 billion real estate company. And one Sotheby's came in and bought us, and now I just focus on my team. And I've got a great team in place, and really enjoy working with the ladies on my team. And we're just become one of the top teams in Northeast Florida, which I'm very proud of.
As coach and executive, like when you're former. That makes you feel good, right? Guys that found their way after, because the career's great. And like you said, I was one of them. Look, I thought I'd play 15 years. I ended up playing 5, right? Got hurt a couple times. Things happen, whatever. But you do. You're right. But that's got to make you feel good when a guy like that steps up to the bar and
absolutely.
He's done. Yeah.
Watch their career afterwards and everything else, and great to stay in Jacksonville.
Oh, it's great.
We love the players.
Tell the people why you stayed here, Brian.
Well, I'll tell you, we came here my whole career in the off seasons. My sister actually moved here. She's now a professor with UF and in the pharmacy school, and she had moved here in '99, and my wife and I said, well, let's go visit, and then we loved it, and we ended up buying a house originally up in North Jacksonville. Now we're out in Ponte Vedra Beach, but and we'd come here and I'd train. I'd go kick at Cornerstone right there on A1A, and that's where I would train all summer and be kicking. And now I'm coaching the middle school football team at games there. It's so
there
cool,
you go.
Nice.
Nice.
But so we came back and we're just like, we love this place. And so over 20 years now, we've been coming back and forth full time since 2014.
During this past weekend's Bills game, did you kick anything in frustration? Is the question.
I plead the fifth. It was a rough to see.
I had to do it. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having
Really,
me.
I'm glad you finally made it. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's
Coach, always a pleasure, Bill. All right,
Perfect.
We'll talk Jags, of course. We love talking about our hometown team. It's always great to see players and anybody doing awesome out there in the real world. Until next time, you stay safe and be cool, and we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
The team at Heritage Capital Group is special because it's a collection of people across the spectrum.
We have people who have been in the shoes of owners that are looking to buy and sell, and professionals that have executed transactions helping buy and sell companies for decades.
I think when you talk to us, see what our experience is, see what our skills are, see the reach that we have, you'll be very happy with the recommendation.